Hello everyone, this is Highlander from MTG Cardsmith doing another custom Magic the Gathering card review. And today we have a card by ouijaninja, a new cardsmith for our channel here. And let's see what we got here. We got Golgari Lancer. Now, first of all, like immediately I see this and I'm really torn because I'm like, ooh, Golgari in space? That's kind of cool. Uh, but also Magic's never done that before. But then again, Magic's doing all kinds of crazy things these days. I mean, they just came out with Kamigawa, which is like a future themed thing. So who knows? I mean, I don't know. Let's see what we got going on here. So 2/2 hybrid. It's a vehicle with flying. It's a 5/5. Golgari Lancer can only be crewed by black and or green creatures. Crew 2. They go from planet to planet, devouring all resources before moving to the next. Is this quote from Independence Day? This They say something really similar to this in Independence Day. But yeah, anyway. Um, okay, so this is a 4 mana 5/5 crew 2. That's and with flying, of course. That's pretty good, I think. I mean, crew 2 is relatively easy to get going. And a 5/5 flyer for 4 is pretty strong, I think. Of course, it has this downside of it can only be crewed by black and or green creatures. This is a common. Um, I mean, overall, I have to say I like this card. Like, I don't really see any issues with it. Um, but that I wish there was a little bit of a flavor boost here. So what I mean by that is like, okay, yeah, it's Golgari Lancer. It can only be crewed by black and or green creatures. That's fine. But like with this flavor text here, I really want to see something on this card that actually like does this. You know what I mean? Like devour resources. Like, and we always know Golgari is all about the graveyard, right? So if this said something like, whenever Golgari Lancer deals combat damage to a player, um, I don't know, exile a card from a graveyard and gain a mana, or just some sort of like something that like makes this flavor text really work for the card. You know what I mean? Because right now this is basically just a generic vehicle. Like there's no reason for this to be a Golgari card outside of the fact that you have this here, but it feels a little arbitrary. Um, like this could literally just be a colorless vehicle, right? It's a flying crew 2 vehicle. I mean, there's no reason this has to be in Golgari, right? I mean, there's nothing even green about this. It's just um so yeah, like I wish this did something like exile a card from your graveyard to do something that would kind of represent this devour. I mean, Golgari likes putting things in its graveyard, right? And you know, and a way, sort of a way to represent using resources is exiling cards from your graveyard, and then maybe you can get some sort of an effect from that. I think something like that would be really cool. But as it stands, it feels pretty generic. I do like simple cards, and this is a completely fine card, but I just don't see why it's Golgari. That's my main issue with this card. So it's a fine card. It doesn't really like I see this art and I love it. By the way, like this art is really cool. Even though this is like not really magic. I mean, like you've sort of found a really nice piece of art here to use. It's got sort of the dark, sort of this. It's got like Golgari colors going on. So like this card is very pleasing to look at, which I like. Like presentation wise, you really nailed it on this one. Um, so yeah, I just kind of wish there was something a little bit more interesting going on here. I know this is a common, but um, commons are pretty strong nowadays, and vehicles like this is a 5/5 flyer, which is pretty strong. But vehicles do have an inherent downside. They have to tap a creature to crew it. So yeah, I would just, like I said, I would just like to see some sort of a benefit here, rather than this sort of crew, thing. I would love to see some way where this can actually like devour resources, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my review of Golgari Lancer. Oh, I have to give it a rating, of course. What am I thinking? So I I guess I don't see too much wrong with this card really outside of what I mentioned. So I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 5, but it's a little bit of a low 4 out of 5 just because like I wish there was something a little bit more going on here. Um, yeah, so that's my rating. I think 4 out of 5, but sort of an unenthused 4 out of 5, I guess I should say. So yeah, that's my review of Golgari Lancer by ouijaninja. Thank you for watching.